"Let me drive, please," I said pleadingly. Isaac laughed as he turned to Bristol, who was sitting in the middle of the back seat, staring at us giddily. "I knew y'all would make such a great couple," she cheered, clapping her hands like she was a seal at SeaWorld. I wanted to flip her off, but it took both of my hands to maneuver Isaac's huge truck. Did I mention I hated driving it? He had huge tires on it. They were so big that the top of the tire came up to my waistline. His truck was the size of a tank on steroids. His daddy bought it for him the day he turned 18. Now, 2 years later, it still looked brand new because he took such good care of his precious baby. When I got my first car, it had been because I'd saved up the money for it since I started working at 15. Although my parents were great, they weren't the richest folks. In fact, they weren't even middle class. We were the barely making it class. Even now, with me out of the house, they were still struggling to make ends meet. They did have more kids besides me, so it was understandable. But it was also probably why I'd be in debt until I was 50. Paying for my bachelor's degree in nursing wasn't very easy. Thank God for student loans. Although they wouldn't be my friends once I graduated. "Why are you going so slow, Sawyer? I feel like we're crawling," Bristol yelled, leaning forward on the console. "Put your seatbelt on or I'll pull this truck over," I said with as much venom as I could. Neither one of them ever wore seatbelts, and it drove me absolutely nuts. I heard 2 clicks, and I turned accusing eyes onto Isaac. He knew my rule. "Why is it so hard for y'all to follow that rule? I mean, seriously, it could save your life if we were in an accident," I growled, turning back when I saw lights flash in front of me. I couldn't stop. A Ford Bronco pulled out in front of me and did it at the exact wrong time. Under normal circumstances, had he done that, I would have missed him. But I was in Isaac's huge truck, which was hard to slow because it was so big. I was also driving at night, in the rain. So instead of stopping or even slowing when I slammed on the brakes, it slid. Then the brakes locked. The tires squealed. Isaac, Bristol, and I screamed. And we hit the Bronco with a deafening, blood-curdling crash.